Hello? Can you see me now? Hello? Hello? Am I alive? Am I alive and well? Huh? Huh? I don't know. I'm alive. Okay. Hello, everyone. I don't know when that happened. Sorry, y'all. Streaming starts. Ad plays. No. I'm not sure what I've had it happen occasionally where it shows me that OBS is running fine and it started off fine. But I did get some sort of an AMD like error, and I think like it just glitched out OBS. So sorry about that. But hey, babies, we're here now. I didn't have to restart my whole computer or nothing. So that's cool. That's beautiful. I do like that very much. Burr, 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 burr. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. How are you all? I don't know when it ended, so let me just ask you all again. How are you all doing? How is... It happened to me last week when I was playing Dead by Daylight. Yo, how excited are you, Never Ending Well, for Nick Cage and Dead by Daylight? I don't really play Dead by Daylight. I have it, but I don't really actively play it or anything. But Nicolas Cage do be a wonderful man. If you use the definition of wonderful pretty loosely, I guess. Just try to get some work done while having the best dream of all time play in the background. Ghost, you're a sweetheart. You get a Vine Boom. That one belongs to you. Nobody can take it from you. I had to burp. Sorry, there it is. Well, hell yeah, babe. I didn't even have the game turned on yet. Let's just jump right in. We have the last case. Or, well, we've investigated the last case. Now we're gonna go to trial. The last case of the first game, baby. So here we go. Bam, 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 bam. Loading up the game now. You can't stop me, babies. Pulled one of the two comms out of the pot. What does that mean? Hey, hello. All right, let's move over. Look at this hospital bed. I love how it does this. All right, we'll continue, babies. The adventure of the unspeakable story. We're going to court. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last. One that I would remember for the rest of my days. Oh, I use a pressure pot when making my dice. Oh. I don't think I knew that you made dice. That's exciting. Hell yeah. One of our friends does that. And the same thing, she has a pressure pot. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So where's your friend then? Sorry? You know, I heard the fancy dress. Cesardo. Or however you say it, I don't know. She's just like pretending to be stupid. I don't know. Oh, Mrs. Sato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Mrs. Sato and I won't meet again one day. Recently commissioned by a coworker to make 2 Pride Flag inspired dice. Hell yeah, I love that. That's excellent. Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. Your trial is today, and this trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. Oh, it's her. Oh, she's got a cat. How are you feeling, Jenny? Did you manage to sleep? Meow. Horace, what are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Maybe she'll be my, like, judicial assistant. Isn't that right, Waggy? Meow. Bye. Oh, Waggy! Great way to show your support, kitty. Let him have. Wait. Let him have a nose around. What I'm gonna do? I'm getting confused already. Oh, that reminds me, I brought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Bruno, Jenny? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. I'm that way, too. No, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. What do you guys think? What are you all, good news first or bad news first kind of person? Let's not go there. Feed me a cantaloupe. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? Bad news? Was a weather report? So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and the train isn't delayed on the way to port. The Real Angel does. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew Crew. How are you doing? Hello. How real are you? Show me how real you are. Gosh, yes. All right then. So what's the good news? Well, bad news first kind of guy. Well, the rain forecast to subside. The rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. Look how memeable this game is, me too. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Wow, this is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkeys, really. If only all good news canceled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines top. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse plunder. See? How do you like that? Well, let them say what they want. See if I care. Hilarious, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew Crew. Let me know if I pronounced that incorrectly. I would like to pronounce it correctly. Before I show how real I am, answer this question. Okay, maybe I will do that. Depending on what the question is. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Bruno will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense. You got it? Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Happy Thursday, everyone. And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines are bad. Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno? Oh, yes. Let's hope so. Have you ever had people talk to you using song lyrics? Probably. In my entire life, probably that's happened. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? Doing great. Today's gonna be slow in a good way. Yo, I like that. A nice sort of, perhaps a day off. It's like she was still here. Today's papers, but I don't know the court record. What do you mean? How's that a clue, bud? Good luck on that, Bruno. I'll do what I can. I gotta look at this right now. What's on the other side? What's this? There's a sensational story lower on the front page as well. Look. About Disney songs? Probably. Lila, what's the story right now? We are about to start a murder trial. A pawnbroker was shot, and our friend is the accused. And probably as we go, all the sort of details of the case will kind of be laid out because we gotta prove that she didn't do it. Ministry Mole classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. For a 10-year-old? Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of the news. She's 10 also, Iris. It's a secret communication between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently, they're being intercepted by hostile nations. Ow. Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. This game takes place in, like, 1910 or something. The beginning of the 20th century. Are you looking for a new career, Rono? No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. Yes, it could be, and it could explain why he had Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment. Alright, secret government stuff. Alright. And there's the dead, the deceased. We talked to him even. But Jenny, I mean, but yeah, we read all this already. Proud pickup, blah, 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 blah. I'm not reading all this. I don't care, this doesn't matter. Okay, alright. Let's get to the case. It happened to me before. If it happens to you again, just know this. It's not my fault. I'm not to blame, for it was Disney songs from where we set the flame. Very good. I love it. I find this game very funny. I love these games, so they're so silly. But, like, also interesting, and some of them have ghosts. Good luck then, Renault. I'll do what I can. Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. Yeah, of course she's gonna be our assistant. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Those are lyric songs. I can't remember what song. Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh, yeah, Iris. Yes, Jenny? Well, I was wondering is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up all right? No, he's dead. Yes, the operation was a great success. Why she looks so sad about it? But Hurley still hasn't come around yet. That's not true. That's a lie. You've been lied to. I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Oh, right. No Sasato-san, and no Mr. Sholmes. Oh, Hellfire! Barbara! Cozy loves the Hellfire song from Frollo. One New Year's Eve during the pandemic, we spent New Year's Eve watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame 1, which is a very good film. And then we followed it up with The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, which sucks. It sucks so much. It was really quite terrible. It was straight to VHS, that one. It's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. It's done, then. Yes, let's go, Gina, Iris. Lead the way, Ronald. Part 2 is bad, not gonna lie. Hellfire is good, I'm sad. It overshadows Heavens. Which one was that one? I like the one where he's just singing about, like, I think it's just called Out There, where he's singing about, like, hey, I want to be where the people are. Poor Gina, she's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish, toe to tip. That's a Bart. That's the weapon we will secure our victory here. The way we'll do it. Kazuma, my just friend. We're just friends. If I learned anything from my great friend, we're just friends. We weren't, that was all we were. It's just friends. It's that. Boop, 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 boop. You guys are having a good time, just by the way. Join the Discord. It's a beautiful place full of lovely people. Love to see you there. Gina, she's so cute. I love her. I get to do the judges. I get to do everyone's voices again.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Of course it's him. The prosecution is ready. He's a vampire, everybody. Not really, but like, you know, maybe. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Oh, he looked nervous.
Lord Van Zeeks,
My lord.
remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service?
Drax, hello! There's no wolves in me. You aren't a wolf, you're a catboy. Cotton, hello! How are you? My stream ended in between you joining. Now I'm back. You don't know that I'm not a wolf, Drax? Come on. Maybe. Maybe. This is the first part of Hellfire. Oh, okay. I got you. It was some 5 years ago, my lord. But now I'm back. OBS crashed, I'm sorry, but I'm here now.
Yes, and then 2 months ago, you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Well, there's some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior.
But I'm fine if a little indecisive. What about? Tell me all the things.
In what one might describe as your former life 5 years in past, you dealt exclusively in matters that concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
You tried clickbait? I see you're a catboy. Meow, I mean, Woof. Really? Ow!
Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, Counsel.
There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind... who hide behind a mask of philanthropy and to cheat the public at large. Oh, God. I have to... Hey, maids, Mr. I'm getting so hung up on the voices. She's like all low to the ground, too. Hey, maids, Mr. McGilden, who defended against the Reaper 2 months ago. Ow. Ow. Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Agnes McGilden. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. Wait, scratch that. I'm indecisive. Why can't we clip? You should be able to. Can nobody else clip? That's weird. I don't know. That would be unfortunate. And secondly, even more loathsome. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confident tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese. He's very racist, this guy. Not by preferences in the channel owner. Did they like... Hold on. Let me look. That shouldn't be. How do I... Clips? I don't even know how I would set it to not do clips. It might be part of the glitch. I don't know where I would even find that setting. Oh no. I want clips. I like clips. They're good. Video producer. Collections, it's not under clips. This is just all my clips. Somebody made a clip a minute ago. B did. I don't know. I lead the assault on Comfy and I... Brownie. Can nobody else do it either? I see B just made one a minute ago. And yesterday as well. I'll tell you. Maybe try refreshing? I'm not sure. Did he really just say that? Was he really just... He said the quiet part out loud? He means you now, Ronald. I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? You can't either? That's so weird. I don't know. Sorry. A torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeke's eyes. I'm assuming it's just a Twitch glitch. It's my favorite Minecraft mod pack. The Create. 100% the Create. It's so much fun. Torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeke's eyes. Was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people?
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeke's.
On pack? We had fun with the, I don't remember what it was called. It had Create in it, but it was like really difficult. We had fun with that, but it was hard. It was difficult.
Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind.
Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial.
It's the same guy. A lot of these are the same people from before. Come on.
Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
It's just him again.
Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
She was juror number 2 last time. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Who are you?
Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it there. It's not possible, but how could I have?
The doctor? It's her. She's a telegram person.
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop.
Now, hold on a minute with this guy.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
This is a disaster. Star, hello. Yeah, juror number 6 is the, Russian, like dictator. What about Dr. Mario? We remember him from the second case. Something wrong right now? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Yeah. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? How are you, Star? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know. So I've been led to believe. Something tells me I'm being duped. Infestation! No! You gotta get... Listen. Hold on. I'm gonna... Hold on a sec. Okay. This is what you do. I'm gonna go to Amazon.com. Listen to me very carefully. If you go to Amazon, this is the ant trap that you need. The Taro brand that are like the liquid inside. This is the only one that works. All the other ones only sort of work. And these can get a little messy. You put a plate underneath them or something, or cardboard. You tape them down. But these are the only ones that really, really work to get rid of ants, in my experience. The town I grew up in had... You have those! Oh, man. You gotta stir it up. I'm indecisive about what to play later. Skullgirls. Play Skullgirls. All the incels are upset about Skullgirls. Show them what's what. It's like I'm tons a million. Lay down a bunch. I believe in you.
Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts about the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Windebank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. Cyanide Hive? You can get the one... Taro has a brand that you put outside also. They're like little steak ones. I don't care about fighting games. The mobile game's pretty easy to play. I've never played Skullgirls. Well, maybe I've played it like ever, but... it looks fun. Yeah, fighting games I'm not so big on either. But they're nice to look at. Was shot in the back and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. Seto Kaiba, I challenge you to a duel, Yugi. Hey, yo, it's me, Joey. Hey, Yugi. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. What? He go black. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Oh. The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Add them to the bailiff, please.
You'll use a mason jar with sugar water and Vaseline. Whoa. He is a vampire. Yeah, I think, Star, that they'll go away. You just have to give them some time. But lay out as many traps as you can. If they're swarming it, that's good, you know. But they have to bring it back to the queen. The queen, my lord. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. What? The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, quote-unquote, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windibank, and the accused. Why did I kill? It was me, I'm sorry. Imagine the plot twist where he just actually is a vampire. Maybe we will get that, I don't know. Oh, excuse me. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Something about Van Zeeks. There's something about him. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy drops that lives in the stumps of the East End.
Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then.
What are the jurors waiting for? The girl.
Objection! Yeah, stop them. We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. Yeah, pour it. My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. The Wolverine Cool 23 live. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you? Then the game changes to Castlevania, and then we just whip him to death. That's not that uncommon for an Ace Attorney game. Oh my god. It might be blood, Drax. It's hard to know. There were witnesses. Jumping into conclusion. Jump right in. Boop, 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 boop.
Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pick-purse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. Bonk.
Let's bonk the vampire. The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks.
At once, my lord. The crime scene floor plan has been changed. I gotta look at all these things. It's very vampire-y. It definitely is. This isn't good. I feel like the mood has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Renault. I think that's because it has. Oh! Do it. Take that cape off, baby. Let us begin. Bring forth the witness of the foul murder of Pop Windibank on 16th April of this year. Got the bonk redeem sound. The judge's hammer thing. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Who are they? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Oh, what are their
name's Nash Scullin. Occupation is baddie, professional baddie.
Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him.
Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. If you're new here, you got to deal with my not very good British accent. What are they? What? An apple and a pear. An apple and a pear.
That's right, we're what they call
the Scree Sculvin brothers. 3? There's only 2 of them. Skulkin? Skulkin. Oh, is he? Oh, is he their brother?
What are you looking at me like that for? Don't lump me in with you lot. Oh, blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going through?
It's our older bruv. Lost contact with him we have. We're scouting every shady corner of the capital.
And then last night we come across you, the very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo?
He is, Nash, he is. The very spit of him.
So we decided then and there that what we was gonna do. We was gonna call you.
Oh.
Big bruv Sulky.
Sulky.
Come on, leave it out, you two.
The 2 brothers need some love. Sulky Skulkin. Then that's before he's run out of the chips. The Ginyu Squad, I love them. They're baddies. They're baddies, y'all. Oh my god, they look even more like to be an apple and a pear in human form. The character design of these games is unmatched.
Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias.
What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand.
The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves, are they? These three?
No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't let me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, these brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. Whoa! What the hell? An anonymous gifter? Hey, thank you for 2 gift subs. That's so cool of you. I appreciate that. Hello. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove, you mean to say? What an extraordinary coincidence.
The vampire man said so. He's used skills to hypnotize people. Wee. Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. He's got a little box.
Order!
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow.
Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Did I just try and hypnotize you? No. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw. Before we do that, I want to look at, the gun. Anything weird about it? I guess it's just a gun. It's a revolver. This is Mr. Winterberg's gun. The cylinder is completely empty. Mr. Winterberg always used to keep this gun on hand as shop counter. Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand. That's right, to keep all the pawned articles that were in his care safe. But his one bullet was fired that night and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting the shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? Woo! And then this. This is pretty... Okay. Okay. Alright. Look down the barrel. No! What do you mean? Happy to, because a skulkin's never skulking. Oh, God. They keep looking at him to do it. Get out of it. He looks like a little dog. He looks like a Hello Kitty dog, or like a Pachaco or something. You know what I mean? We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gaff's door was ajar, see? It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was. But once we got inside, called Blimey Lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. Good news, tell me. We never done nothing, governor. We never took nothing, and we left after that, nice and quiet. I don't know.
A terrible coincidence, it would seem.
What is he eating? He's eating, their French fry, the chips. They're like potato wedges. Fish and chips? Those are chips. But they're in a newspaper for some reason.
At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. In regards to the watermelon tragedy, there's a handful of other melons that should be ripe. That's good. Yeah, Star showed me a pic. I don't know if he posted that in the Discord or not, but like, Star cut up a watermelon that they had, and it was just all, there was no fruit. It was like just all the in-between part. Tragic. Oh, I'm so burpy, I'm sorry. I didn't, everyone will love to see it. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. and within only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes. What's the matter, Rono? Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. First food? Yeah. That's a tweetable melon, I tell you what. Tweet that melon out.
We was walking down Baker Street in the wee small hours.
Hold it!
The front door of Windibanks was ajar, you say. What time of night was this? Must have been about 1. Right, Ringo?
Yeah, I'd say so. Right, sulky.
How would I know?
The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town.
Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo? I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker?
Leave me alone. There's definitely a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection! That is pure conjecture.
Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Right, that's what happened.
It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was.
Oh, oops. Let's press this.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
What are you trying to suggest, that you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, doesn't it, Ringo?
They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
We weren't no whim, I'm dead sure of that.
We weren't, Nash, we weren't. Like we said at the time.
Yeah, you don't find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it.
It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside.
They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke what looks like our bruv.
Ow. Crimson. Oh, dear.
I said cut it out.
Those chips are getting a chomping today.
But once we got inside, called blimey lummy. Heard a gunshot from the back room.
Oh, blimey lummy. Gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Governor. I could swear to that.
It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Windibank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter. This is so ridiculous, I cannot with them. Lemon, hello, welcome, welcome. Right, I remember.
When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Windibank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded. That's true. I remember him saying that as well.
So we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon.
Soup, hello, how are you?
Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
Wonderful. Oh, he looking shady. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked.
Hold it!
Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom?
If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help.
No need to insult me, bruv.
Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom. Course there was only a little lamp and oil. Course there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see, boy.
And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
That's right. Curtain. Oh, yeah. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door? Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Oh, well, so your turn to rabbit, Ringo.
Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former.
Alright, somehow I've just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsels. Though I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
Oh, I'll proceed, baby. I'm a witness.
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. And we left after that nice and quiet.
Hold it!
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything? Is that your story?
Well, it was bedlam suit, as it were.
Weren't it? Want it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just laughed nice and quietly, you say?
That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers.
We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
So you'd clearly like us to believe.
Come again?
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say?
Yeah, they shot Sholmes, like... Hydrate! Thank you, I will. Oi. Okay. Readjusted my seedling position, my little seedling position.
Ah! Blimey, Governor!
You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway?
It was.
Why, the bleeding Nora. Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes.
Shot the great Mr. Sholmes?
I did hear that, actually. That was a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital.
The great Sholmes, that's beyond the pale!
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when...
They look so guilty.
I get the joke and reference. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. Thank you for the lurk, Shark. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel.
I'm so burpy, excuse me.
The court will hold this weapon as evidence.
Pour it! Don't you dare throw it at the fire, please. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Don't do it. Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. Oh yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial. Evidence?
Objection!
Well, I don't need evidence. Because I was there.
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not.
You never know with him. I feel like Zeke's is a good guy. My theory at this point is that he's become out of retirement or whatever to stop
McGill did? You know what I mean? I wonder if McGilded's not actually dead, you know what I mean? And he was just hiding or something. The defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim. We shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windibanks that night?
Court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence showed that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker's shop that night?
I mean, can I, like, examine this? Their gun's a little different. So there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of the revolver's 6 cylinders. Yes, which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it. Exactly. The bullet that hit Harley, in fact, isn't it? Yes, it happened almost as soon as we'd walked in through Windibank's door. I'll make those brothers pay. In the pawnbroker's shop? I don't know that I have evidence. I mean, like, what do you mean? I didn't look at this either. This is the notes Sasato put together for us about the omnibus murder. So the victim found deceased on the last scheduled omnibus on the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Mason Milverton, brickmaker, East End, London. Defendant Magnus McGilded. Barrack Van Seeks. Me. Conviction was assured with 3 eyewitness testimonies. However, a surprise 4th eyewitness's testimony resulted in acquittal due to insufficient evidence. That's all she wrote. She wrote all this, and that's it. Okay. Let me look at this. Understand, agree. Why is this an item? What do I have here? Oh, is it the, maybe this is it. Maybe because this has, like, a picture of this. Yeah, let me present this, how about? Let's try it.
Take that!
Yeah! The evidence is in this portfolio.
What? What on earth have you there, counsel?
During the course of our investigation, we discovered a number of bloodstains.
Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do? How arrogantly Nipponese of you.
Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
You claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein?
Yes, my lord.
No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
I mean, it's... This is... It's the bullet in the wall. Is this not right? It's a photographic taken at Windibank's pawnbrokery, day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it?
Okay. I thought that was, like, wrong for a second.
Is that a bullet hole? And my eyes do not deceive me. It appears the bullet is still lodged there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Windibank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight, but this indicates that a separate shot has been fired sometime after the calendar has been set to the 16th.
That's right, and while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes that this is credible evidence that the witness did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night.
Yeah.
His cheeks are so jiggly.
Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeeks?
Don't throw it. Don't you dare throw it. Don't throw it. Don't do it.
If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection.
What? Oh, he threw it. He's throwing it. He threw it, everybody. He did it. Realize something. He has a sword because he's a master of disaster. When I get caught drinking apple juice like 20 times. Oh, no. But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street.
Take it easy there, governor. You're gonna land us in the soup. We've had a deal. You weren't gonna get into them details. Tell him, Sulky. Set the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add. Blood or wine? Is it full of blood or wine? That's a good question. A very good question.
So he knew, did he? And Zeeks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes.
It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zeeks? It's bloody wine.
As has been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brothers' gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim.
Ah!
In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windibank at all.
So that's it.
They're so bad at it. There we go. That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it. Look at how happy he is. He's like, ah.
That's what, Nash. We didn't. That's what I'll reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget, attempted murder. I hate those two so much. What a catalog, eh, fellas?
We're in for it now, bruv.
I hate them, but they're also silly. Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly.
Where's he going with this?
Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric says how? Not me. Don't give me that look.
He installed a... Oh, I forgot I was wondering about the cameras. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh. That's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, Counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device.
Every half hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed.
The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question.
A stack of them.
Oh my goodness. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in quite a desultory fashion. Desultory, that's a good one.
Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. Excuse me. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I failed to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
Please don't be wrong. That's a bit of fried talk, eh, bruv? Lady Luck loves the skulking.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin?
Must have been just after 1. Right, bruv? Must have been, Nash. Must have been. Yeah, just got 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence. Oh!
Good lord! It's the defendant! Miss Gina Lestrade.
Uh-oh. We're on in studios. It was a kid who said he didn't trust people who hadn't have free candy. So I said, then why the hell did you get in my van? Oh. Hello, hello. Yushi, hello, good morning. Welcome, welcome.
As the court can clearly see. Oh no.
The accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. Hello?
Quite! One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. Court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
It's already 8 for me. Oh my goodness. That's so late. It's 8. It's 8 late for you. I don't believe it! Jedi! In short, the accused is the only person who could have killed Mr. Windibank. Ah! Bonk.
I say, my lord. Who was that?
Are we yawning? Oh my gosh. Hello.
Wonder if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of My Wand, 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point?
Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading this small squadron, 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together, you mark my words. One and all for one. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garadam Squadron's position, sir. What? No, it's too soon to make a judgment here. Status report for the court, man, on the double. His Lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too. If you think you'll find the truth as clear as day now, I could reach out and touch it. He's crazy. I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't, but in all honesty, I can't actually remember. Oh my god, what is he on about? Situation clear, stop. No room for doubt, stop. Truth is undeniable, stop. I am very sorry for brothers, they are unlucky. Crescent Moonhead prattling away, so probably not much.
I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in the matter. Now you considered its verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Uh-oh.
Guilty.
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 Uh-oh. We lost. It's over, guys. It's all done. Bonk.
Does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leading already.
That photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. Not the doctor headbutting the button. But Jenny didn't shut him! No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination. Yeah, he's got a real hairstyle. He's a moon man. I mean, saying a hairstyle, if somebody styles their hair in a certain way. I saw a guy who made his beard look into, like a windmill. I don't know if I'd call that a style. It's just something that he did.
Very well, the court grants permission.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again? How unsurprising. That's called art.
We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready?
Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty.
Judicial findings.
All the evidence clearly points a finger of guilt at this young pickpocketing...
What? Pickpocket tan? Like a girl pickpocket? I don't know why you needed to gender it. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
Well, I think you'll find that if you just look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. If I haven't left it in there, I think there'll be more repercussions by now. Mind made up, stop. Global radio transmission of the verdict to follow, stop. In Motherland, we never say judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
Everybody's thinking real crazy thoughts.
Circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention this brand! Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling that bally trigger.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. How dare! How these cameras are supposed to help, not hinder.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
Regina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. Which means there's more to this situation that we've yet to see. Great.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Okay. Yeah, get him, Ryunosuke. Alright, we're gonna press him.
Hold it!
You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garadeb, aren't you? We must really stop meeting like this.
Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then.
Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did a rather lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously. I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything.
Huh, can't be denied, I suppose. Curse of the Garadeb house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies.
Oh.
I haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough the old girl's clapped up.
She's in jail.
Yes, can't be denied. You did do a rather lot, but not for us, that's for dash certain.
Suppose not.
Of course. There can't be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously.
Obviously. But honestly, I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores properly and rigorously eliminated. I'm getting annoyed from this. We'll start turning things around shortly. Polishing the bench, I see, again. A maid's work is never done, not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? Hydrate, you got it. On my way to market for lordship, I have to pass through the East End. Posture check, you got it, thank you. Place is full of beggars, pick purses, and crossmen. Scum of the earth. Turnabout about to happen. Boop, 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 boop. Little harsh, perhaps. Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals. You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rant's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. An AJ, Ace Attorney animation? What is Mystery Skulls? Mr. Sholmes, a maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail, it was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. Mystery Skulls is a band. I've never heard of them.
A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it might just be a good idea to get our facts straight away. Yes, all right. I shall amend my statement.
Oh, that's fun.
These brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective.
Alright. I'll think you finally look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
Hold it!
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo?
Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photograph print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection!
There's no indication that the defendant has ever fired the gun.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information.
By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes?
What gave it away? Oh my god, he did. How'd you know?
Let's call it a lucky guess.
It never gets old seeing these two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary. It's captivating. It's the height of modern era.
Of course.
Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay.
He was right. We never stopped using them.
Giving us new perspective we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world's ever seen.
Only it could give me a new perspective on this case. I might agree with you. We need the other camera's angle, please.
If I left it in there, there should be repercussions by now.
Hold it!
Food, what'd you get? What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You're talking about having left something somewhere or something like that.
Ah, so sorry. As you could probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
Surgeon? That totally passed me by.
Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors, oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field.
So, what is it that you think you've left behind?
Ah, well.
Bread Boy and friends, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you? Hello.
Well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You'll see I was operating on someone yesterday. Show 'em, standard thing. Went in through the abdomen. But when I'd finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
What? Did he? Surely not.
Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time.
If you are new to stream, Fred Boy, and anybody that might be here, I would love to know a few things about you. Your favorite food, your favorite cute thing, and your pronouns, if you'd like to share that. And if you're wondering, hey, Comfy Catboy, hey, bud, hey, Buckaroo, hey, Comfy Catboy, what are your pronouns? Well,
That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really.
a little more than embarrassing. That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter.
It's exactly my concern, and seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've been sewn up elsewhere.
Pronouns are she, they. Hell yeah. I go by he, they. Freelance artist, thumbnail artist. Ooh, that's fun. I do my best with my YouTube thumbnails, but I feel like sometimes they still leave something to be desired.
Now, I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure.
What? I'm sure you need to be more sure.
Mind made up, stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
Hold it!
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean?
Are you from the Far East? Stop.
Yes, from the Empire of Japan.
All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey.
Ah, but now we have the electric telegraph, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Like Coconut Curry, Calico Cat, his cute menace, and they, them. Oh, I see. I think this was Japan's not a city.
I'm not, the way that you typoed that, it thinks it's a bad word, so I'm not gonna allow it, but, yeah, I mean, this is also in the early 1900s, Lyra. Thousands of miles of cable have been laid around the ocean beds, connecting the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it. That is a monumental effort.
You are well informed, young lady. The cables will soon be a thing of the past. Stop.
Just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to four across the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop.
Right. Try not to wear out your fingers. Red boy pronouns are he, him. Favorite food, pizza. Favorite key things are the steam locomotives on the Ravel Glass and the Eskdale Railway. What is that? I've never heard of that. You just stop saying stop. That's like a telegraph thing, or telegram thing, I mean. You have to wear out your fingers. It's like, hey, this is a period.
Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological evolution. Stop.
It's just like, hey, the message is over.
And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle! I can't understand it. I really can't. Oh, they're just silly toys.
Ooh. Let's look around. Oh, he's gonna stab her. Pursue.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Hello. Turn number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but...
What?
Probably should say I only eat plants if food comes up. Hey, that's all right. Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on, I dare ya. Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think it just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do ya, huh?
J-Mama, hello! I'm doing well, how are you?
Absolutely, I mean, really? A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
What a great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know!
You look like you like jokes. As long as they're, like, nice jokes. If they're mean jokes or too edgy, then no, you can't.
Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, show me.
I'm obviously gonna have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene, for example. You had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope. It would reveal hidden clues you'd never even noticed before.
What? Have you got any, Rono? Any prints we can look at with a stereoscope? Absolutely. What do you call a shake that has no air resistance? I don't know. We'll present this, I guess.
Take that!
We have a second one. All right, then, juror number 3. Are you saying that you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Aerodynamics? A shake? Like a milkshake? Like a mix? I'm gonna be working on my slideshow. Hell yeah! Thank you for the tip. Okay, yeah, I wasn't 100% sure what you were specifically asking, so I'm glad that was helpful.
Of course I can!
Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate.
I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Oh. Well, I don't have that other one. Yeah, wait a minute. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? I don't have another one. Do I have a... Wait. Uh-oh.
Take that!
That's the same one. Wait, sorry? What do you mean one more print?
Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works?
Bro, now. What? You need 2 photographs or a stereoscope, remember? Mermaid wear seashells because you grew after bee shells. That joke works a little better as a verbal joke. I'm a video wizard. Yeah, but we have those. You know, one for the left eye and one for the right. Yeah, but like... Oh, yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbrokery is just a normal photograph.
No, I think you'll find that the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints.
Thanks for the friendly explanation. Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then. Ha-ha! I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me.
Get things back on track, shall we, Council?
We need another shot from a slightly different location. Okay. You call a gamer lake a lagoon? Atomica, hello!
It is Maximus.
Okay, so let's press him, I guess.
Hold it!
Want a dad joke? Yeah.
Search back on.
Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary.
Revolutionary? I believe there is such a rumor.
Something neat, my brother and his girlfriend told me their baby's a girl, they're gonna name it Iris. That's cute. That's a good name. It's just a rumor?
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out.
People called me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
And which glove fits? He's got a little mouse or something. I don't know.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. Channel mod setting? Wait, which one? We call it when construction workers sing heavy metal. Iris June, tribute to women on both sides of the family. That's very nice.
You treat like vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look.
The Skulkin brothers?
Duh, maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have not done nothing wrong. That is all I want to say.
They won't only post. It's kind of invisible. What are you trying to post? You could post it in the Discord, maybe. Oh yeah, I have like sexual words turned off, but regular swearing is okay. I don't trust anyone. Everybody's got. They're all suspicious.
They've done nothing wrong. That is what they want to say.
Skulking Brothers, is nothing wrong that night? Well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What did the rooster say when he floated down the flooded street? Cock-a-doodle doozy. I look glamorous. Hey, thank you, Alice. That's very nice. Times S tier. Star Spice did a lot. Did basically all of the design. They're here right now. And then my art parents arted it.
I've beaten the system.
What is it, Ronal? Alice with the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Mew crew. The jurors are chosen at random for the inhabitants of London Town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting amongst them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? Why must Iris be staring at me with those cute eyes? She's so little. I wish I know. That's a good question. I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. Trial will be over. Oh, we know that Jenny would never shoot anyone. Yeah, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying
and pit them against each other.
Yeah, everybody involved in the design process, S tier. I must be ready to go at whatever lengths I have to convince them of Cheetah's innocence. Alright, let's look again. Yeah, those, but maybe so let me, this is where I feel like I would like to save. In the 6th slot is for saving other things. The 5th slot is for, alright, so let's pit you in you. That feels correct. You staring you at the iris? It's a me, Meowrio. My acting is sus. I don't know. These two statements are clearly contradict each other.
Good lord! Counsel, explain yourself.
Oh my statement? Contradictory?
Contradict called C-O-N.
Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick, I have mouse.
As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Pikachu! Clara, hello! Thank you for the lurk. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen, A-B-D.
Sir?
Sorry, my English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear.
Forgive me, I did not hear.
Ooh, oof is right, B. I'm very sus, I might be guilty. That was a good one.
Ah, here's word. Abdomen, part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. This is what you mean you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker.
Thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again.
So, you're telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before we'd never done nothing, but truth is they shot Detective. Duh. This is double negative.
I love the zoom-ins.
My English is still learning.
Timed. It's exactly right. Oh, don't squeeze that mouse!
Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means when they said we'd never took nothing, maybe it was also big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough!
No, Mousy!
I trust no one now.
It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate the crime scene myself.
I'm afraid that won't be Yes, it is, Rona. Easily. Sorry.
Ooh.
Oof. The poor Mousy. With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Ah, if you compare the print that pictures Jenny and the next print from half an hour later. Ah! You'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? That was... Stop. That couldn't have been more perfect. Forget about it. Stop. Clip it. Put it in the Discord if you can. It's being fussy with certain people trying to clip things. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. You'll be able to say straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey? That's a prosecutor. Who is Cooey?
Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one.
That was very, very good.
Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom.
Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. What am I playing? This is Ace Attorney. This is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot, then? As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. Ow. That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print.
So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot a man, but they stole nothing.
It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You were right, I did not understood situation. Now I know brothers have lied, I think it is very important to continue with trial.
Ah! Yeah, well done, Renault. The balance is shut on! Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can expose the truth. Favorite sound redeem. If I can do that, we might turn the situation into our favor still. Babadoo-ba-dabadoo.
Thank you, Counselor. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Yes, please. Thank you, please. I need 2 photographs. Please! Alright. Press? Yeah, I guess I can't present things in this time. Let's press. Really show new clues, though?
Don't know unless you try.
How about this print here? Yeah, baby. Yo, I can see already something's been moved, baby. Oh. Present.
Take that!
Take it. Alright, okay. Give me another print, please.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera and window banks on the night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me, lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle?
Well, I think so. We did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and the right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some objects. Excuse me. Then when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were depth. Yeah, Cozy do be working. She got that 9 to 5. I'm also gonna be working after stream.
Yes, exactly.
It's a small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So what happens if... Ow! So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then?
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally anyway.
Comfy work, boy. Ow! Ow! Of course, now I say.
Ah, I think the young girl has discovered the secret.
I have, my eyes are crossed. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have a look at these 2 pictures from Harley's camera runner, God! Yeah, I don't know if it, I don't know what's going on. I clipped it myself, through OBS, but like, I don't know why not. Let me refresh this page. It might, so a lot of people seem to have been able to clip things. But I don't know, it says you did too, but like, I guess you just don't have access to like do anything with it. I can see him in the, I have a list to all of them. So I can take a look.
Thank you all. The lamp! The lamp! Yeah, I lost track of what... Where is the lamp? Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can say that straight away. You sent links to the stream? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Ah! Hydrate, you got it. Posture check, you got it. Pika, hello. But now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Pika, I love you. Ha! Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. See, by crossing my eyes, I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle. Wait. Well, did you manage to say it properly? I'll just say yes. I didn't do it myself. Icy Soul, I love you. Ah! What's going on with these 2 pictures? Some of the things on the counter they sort of jump out at you.
Yes, that's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Other amazing power?
Someone gonna explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, hmm? I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before.
I didn't know this guy was going to talk this much. I gave him a really wild voice.
If you try to look at 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see the pictures 3-dimensionally.
In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the 2 pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yeah, I guess, like, the book is the same, but like everything else on the counter is not the same. It's been shifted over a little bit. Even the little papers. Like her, like the paper is like flush here, but it's over the edge here. Yes, that must have been. The lamp was broken. Where's the lamp?
Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the 2 prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fella? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
What? Me? I haven't the first idea. You know, Rona, it's quite simple. It is? Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Hey, where's the lamp? What lamp? What are we talking about? Where even is a lamp at all? Right bottom corner. Like. Oh. Then 30 minutes later, the second photograph. Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't pick up on it. Yeah, it wouldn't let me take that clue. But there was glass on the ground. Then 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position, I was looking in the wrong spot is why I had an issue. But the position of the items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means at sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Zonkers! Someone tampered? New information, stop! Not mentioned in the testimony so far, stop!
Yes, we've had to go around in circles a little bit here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in the summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
Are you suggesting you might know?
Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Oh, what? Are we gonna blame these boyos? Yeah, he's a lot older than these two. 26, 27. They said older brother, but he's like pretty old. I don't actually know. His little mouth. Ooh, ooh. Who did it? Who done it, chat? Summation examination is such a mouthful. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all, baby. Well, heck. I don't know. Was it Gina? It might have been Gina. I mean, maybe. Maybe she was looking for something. Let's try it. I don't know.
Take that!
Quite clearly, it was the work of this meddler. That's wrong. Maybe it was the bad boys. Don't be clear. I don't care about this font, this text. Read all this dialogue too, and it gets said so many times. That's true. So, that's the down quite a bit, I think. You know, somebody must have touched. Well, was it? Okay, hold on. I don't know. I don't want to lose all my. Who was it in court? Everyone's at court right now. The whole court's at court. The whole dang old time, place, and thing. Yeah, I guess I know. It was Sasato. Let's just. I mean, let's present them.
Take that!
It was a witness currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
Wait. Does not agree with what brother said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrasebook says dukes is meaning hands and Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie?
The mouse!
Is that what you are saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that. I quite agree. The accused is a common pick purse after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's unlikely.
And why exactly?
As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing the gun at the victim. That's not what. She's not pointing the gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windibank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. But the accused is a pick purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pick purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? Well said. I'm gonna give him a more exaggerated. I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair. Because his hands have to stay. That's so funny. Can you all see now? I think you find stereoscopes are playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. Bonk. Somebody else. My God. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Return home via Regent Street. Stop. Oof. Oof. We did it. We did it. Baby. Daisy Ackerman, hello, how are you? Not even performing a surgery right now.
Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. And I order this trial to continue.
Yay, well done. Oh, by the way. What? You should hold on to this, Bruno. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. Can I just use it? Like,
Lord Van Zeeks, you will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them.
I don't know what to think about treating throwing fireballs in court normal. Firewood. It's beautiful. It's lovely.
I am sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
See, Van Zeeks also has a sword, just for what it's worth. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities, that night at least. I won't stop probing them until I've probed them to death, until I've proven that Gina is innocent. How have I been? I've been great. How have you been? Be continued. Oh, we can't stop there. Oh, we can't stop there, baby. Oh, no, no, no. That's too early. That's too early. Let me, okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We maybe, depending on how long this next part is, maybe we don't go all the way to the end, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to stop the trial now. RU100, I believe in her.
Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand.
I don't believe her. I do.
I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination.
Oh, yeah, Governor. I did, Gov. I did. Mr. Skulkin. God, blimey. This is going to be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks. Well, it was bedlam soon as, wasn't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out, me Lucy Lockets. However, that was a lie. You brothers... Oh, blimey! On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter. The older brother looks like a pug, and I can't. He very much does. We never done nothing of the sort. How'd you figure that out? Oh my god. He's a dummy.
You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time you will tell the truth.
Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment.
No!
And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say no more, Gov, we hear ya. We'll blab, we'll squeak, we'll peach!
Illegal entry. They're supposed to be Mario and Luigi? Maybe. They're like kind of an apple and a pear. A little bit.
Alright, we did knock a few things over. We weren't rifling for nothing.
But we weren't rifling.
It was when we had the gunshot, see? Made us both jump and all that. We went flying. Stuff went flying. Lummy, it didn't have... What? Didn't have to give me a fright. We was thinking the shoot'd come out through the door and get us next. We stuck everything back when we found it and scarpered straight into him in the back. Straight into him in the black. Me, Renosuke. We shouldn't have shot the pawnbroker. We couldn't have shot the... I'm having a hard time with them. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, say? We never even had a chance, did we? Nash for Pear and Ringo. Oh, does it mean apple and Jack? That's fun. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I love that. Expensive looking wine glass or blood.
So admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windibank's countertop on the night in question.
Not ransack, Governor, no. That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their miss. The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all. We don't, Nash. We don't. Can't he make us sound a bit more cutthroat? Can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it.
Illegal entry, the whole truth.
I didn't refresh my little things between chapters. That sucks.
Hold it!
Hold it. If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place? Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we? We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good. Well said, Ringo, me old China. We only land ourselves in even more trouble. And in fact, now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble. That's rotten luck. Says the rotten apple eater.
Witnesses, explain your actions to the court and why did you ransack the victim's counter?
We never ransacked nothing. Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up.
The death stare.
Sorry. It was when the gunshot scene made us both jump and all that stuff went flying. So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much you knocked all those things off the counter? Well, it shocked some of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on. Look, it was loud, all right, blimey. My dead granny would have woken up to that bang. Big bruv here screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot. That got tangled up in some marionette what knocked over a picture frame what knocked them scales on the floor. Really mastered working quietly then. What a racket! Me granny would have been scared back into a grave with a cloud like that. So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse until then, all of a sudden, bam!
Quiet as a mouse. Yeah! Eat him! I just want to watch him eat him for a sec.
Excuse me.
That's the detective, or the commissioner, or what, Inspector. Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add? He's watching them because they're criminals.
Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No, something to add to the testimony. Mice aren't quiet, they squeak. You seem to react just now to what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
Excuse me. As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now.
Did it?
You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot.
Might have, Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now that you mention it.
Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling that perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring this very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy, easy. We'll get it right this time.
That's it, yep. It's all coming back to me now. Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details you have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Right you are, Gov. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!"
Hold it!
That seems pretty important.
So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously? We did, Gov, we did.
Although I suppose if you're being honest, we heard
We heard a kind of wavering voice before the yelling, oh. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun. Bam! Kind of thing. Career in acting tragically missed. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell? Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the counter it was. From the storeroom where the victim was found dead? And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Windibank. On my granny's life, of course it was. She's dead. She's dead. They keep talking about her. Of course it was. On his granny's life, of course it was. They're the same. They're brothers? They're brothers. So, that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windibank and the sound of his voice?
So that would mean what?
What, Nash, what? Any ideas?
Yes, Counsel, indeed it would.
Nah, we didn't know the geezer. They're sweating. How am I supposed to deny when that bloke in the fancy club has given us the evil eye?
If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true.
On my granny's life it is.
On his granny's life, it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead, that's what I'm saying, come on.
To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor.
He's scary, vampire guy's scary, Lila. You make it sound like we're clumsy.
Don't forget we tidied up after good little boys. Like good little boys, anyway, the way I see it. The bloke what owned the place is holding the gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl.
Oh.
Hold it!
What?
You're saying that Mr. Windibank had a gun in his hands? Yeah, the Reaper of the Bailey, that's right. Oh yeah, but it was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other. There's two guns! I mean, just before he shouted out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like he meant it, mine. More of an empty threat, you could say.
Mr. Windibank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That someone being himself, of course. Grief! Extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided.
Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was going to shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper. Bet he wished he'd squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, give me that gun. And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot? It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun! Bam! They're so good. Kind of thing. Yes, a career in acting very tragically missed. Then we heard the sound of someone hitting the deck. Before everything went dead quiet. After that, we'd done a slapdash job tidying the place up. Yeah, okay, but that's pretty important. It didn't give me half a fright. We was thinking the shooter'd come out of the door and get us next.
Hold it!
They look so happy. So you didn't try to open the storeroom door then? Not in your life. It went deadly quiet after that, it did. Put the wind right up me. But anyway, the door was locked, wasn't it? No way we was opening. Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
Father, tell me, when can I leave to be on my own?
After you finish your ice cream. It was, Gov, it was. From the inside.
Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on there, did we?
Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps.
Don't ring no bells, no light, no lights. Don't like no lights.
We had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that. Icy Soul, come on now. A body candle, sugar. Any sugar? We're still cutting our teeth in this game, see, but one day. Posture check, you got it.
We'll really cut the mustard. Please, cut it out. Ow.
But as we know, behind that door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away.
Yes, unfortunately. Dead as fuck. Gina was in there, unconscious, with the gun in her hand.
To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside this storeroom? Literally through a knife.
Oh yeah, I got like a bunch of items in there. Hydrate. I'm almost out of tea. I'm gonna have to get tea. That's right, God. That's right.
Couldn't have, even if it wanted to.
Tuck everything back where we found it. Scarpered straight into him in the black.
Hold it!
Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes. We was a bit hasty there. We was, Nash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up. If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand. Good advice, miss, good advice.
Truth be told, my mind went totally blank.
Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand.
Mental note made, miss.
After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something, so they clapped on the darbies on us like winking. Come on with these words. This slang is so heavy.
And after you'd been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct?
Well, yeah.
But listen, that proves it, doesn't it? Eh? We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we?
Hold it!
Is that what I gotta press? And why should we believe that?
Eh, what? Well, 'cause it's true, innit?
The place was totally empty when we went in.
At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused, who had a gun to his head.
Waluigi and Wario, whack!
In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Windibank. Correct?
You've got it, mister!
Down to a T.
Well, the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windibank. Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony? What is it, Rono? You look very fierce. I could pour you some herbal tea if you're tired. Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something important. It is nothing more than a feeling, though. I've got no proof to support it. Well, feelings can be very logical at times. Sorry. People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they chose. You can take all that in your brain and quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you described.
A never-ending tea.
You've concluded that there's something suspicious about their testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts. Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think she's 10 years old. I must be 5. Threads is a Twitter rival. Who knows how it'll go. Alright, I'm gonna go refill my tea and use the restroom real quick. But I will be right back, babies. Don't go nowhere. I love you. One moment, one moment.
Hello. It is I. Why he blushing? The Beagle Boys! They got. Oh, you're right. Oh, that's so funny. They really do be looking like them Beagle Boys, baby. I scared you, but I'm here. I'm back. But I'm so cute. How could I scare anyone? Okay. So let's. Oh, oops. Oh. Hold on. Oh, God. How did that happen? I thought I was in the game. And I pressed a button and it took me to some other scene. Oh, God. Okay. Tall Beagle Boys crushing on the judge, maybe. Okay. I fixed it. All right, here we go. I hit the D button to, like, move over. Yeah, so this is... Okay, so he was holding the gun, so that's just not true. So let's present the photo. Because he doesn't have a gun. She has a gun. What do you mean there were two guns?
Objection!
The Beagle Boys, they're like the bad guys in DuckTales. They're very funny. You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture? I lost their voices immediately. He has now. She has. No question. And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection!
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? Ah.
Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel.
The ruffians! Oh! Is that Mario and Luigi? Not no, Cozy, but not yes either. Yeah, but they have a new cartoon version of it. They make Claire Ma Beagle, maybe. Yeah, that's right. Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer could have been about to turn the tables on the girl, eh? Hardly likely.
No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Continue with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses.
A skulkin's never skulking. Okay. Well, okay. Interesting. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of like looking up a walkthrough. The walkthrough's a little weird. So let me. Oh, I did it again. Oh my God! Stop. How aggravating. How crazy. Okay, so I'm not clicking on this any longer. Okay. I want to go back to the Paradise City. Can I redeem points to change your voice to Mario and Luigi? I don't know if I can sustain that. I'm sorry, Cozy. Woohoo! Man, well, I could try, I guess. Is Luigi the tall one? Yeah, of course, they're red and green, of course. I'll give it a go. Give it a try, the old college try. Ah! Oh, why? I'm literally pressing these buttons. You gets the stick. Ah! Okay, so I think it wants me to present more stuff here. Instant death. A single bullet wound to the back. Let's present.
Objection!
Nope. Come on. Come on! No! I wanted to save earlier, and that... Oh my God, I pressed the G button. Stop. Alright, we're saving. We're saving the dang game. Abusive. Okay. Hecky decky doodle. Feel my wrath. She'd be loving to take. Ah! I can't not laugh. I put the crying on and then I can't not laugh. Okay. So, okay, I'm sorry. What? Every statement of the... Do I need to, like... Okay. No. We're gonna press it again.
Hold it!
You're saying that Mr. Windibank had a gun in his hands? Did I already read this? I'm crying. Two of them waving guns at each other. You don't want to get shot. I really feel like he minded it. But like... BAM! Very fun. Understand. Present crime scene photograph on the third statement. Present either crime scene photograph or autopsy report. Understand. What does it want me to do here? Like, this is it. This is the thing. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. We should have just fired at the girl. Should have just fired. Holding a gun, so we should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. So my first thing, like, they didn't like that, but it worked. So, like, then what? You cry, but you love it. I'm just kidding. I don't understand.
Objection!
This is the same thing that I did before. This is so dumb. Okay, we're loading. I don't care. I'm not losing all these. I don't understand. This walkthrough is like missing a key thing. But I also don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. The shooter come out of the door next. Everything back where we found it. We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. We never even had a chance. Maybe. Okay. You could have shot him in the back.
Objection!
Nope. It's not. That's not it. What am I... This is the only part of Ace Attorney games that I don't like. Where I'm just like, I feel like I understand what's wrong here, but like, why didn't that work? Was there like another part? I already... Should have just fired. So what so if I present the same stupid thing again, what happens? What happens now?
Objection!
So I presented this now. On the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, is wielding a gun. That's it. You've got the picture. Like, this is correct, but what's wrong here? What have I done wrong?
Objection!
Don't know. No highlight evidence. But, like, if it's the truth. I don't, but is this like one of those things where I gotta like press everybody like again? Let's load again. This sucks. I'm doing my best, babies. I gotta walk through and everything, but I don't know what the problem is. It's because he might have taken a gun after the picture. Yeah, but like, the game only stops like that. The music stopped. Like, that was the right thing to do, but something's wrong. So, like, I don't know what is wrong here. So we're gonna just repress everyone. At one of these things, maybe we didn't get to the end of it because I slid over to what's-his-chuck. So, okay. Cheeks so jiggly.
Hold it!
Okay. Alright, okay. Bam! Whoop. Here we go, here we go, here we go. We're doing it. What you heard was that of the victim. On Granny's life. Because we knew Mr. Windibank. They didn't know Mr. Windibank, but they did know Mr. Windibank. If they didn't know Mr. Windibank, they're good little boys.
Hold it!
So, I don't know, do I need to just press this again? Give me that gun. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Hold it!
Okay. They didn't look at the door. He was there unconscious, the gun in her hand. So they didn't go in the storeroom. They could have. Ow. Rebel Queen! Ow, hello.
Hold it!
Alright, we ran into the guy in the black. Me. That proves it. Couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. Cleaned your room finally. Yo, hell yeah. That's exciting. Got it. Down to a T. They never actually encountered Mr. Windibank. Is that true? So, okay. Maybe that last thing is what I need to... work on. So, is there proof that they did run into Mr. Windibank? It was on the 16th for sure. He had changed the calendar because he made a whole big deal about changing the calendar at midnight. I want a blanket. I got a blanket, but I'm cold. I want to turn off the AC. No, I feel that. That's a fine position to be in, I say. I mean, I don't know nothing about them. This paper isn't anything that matters. It's like right there. He was like right next to the door. If we go to the end, what does it specifically say? Couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. Never had a chance. What if we present the autopsy report here?
Objection!
No. What? Maybe I just need to look up a different walkthrough. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a pain in the ass. This is ridiculous. Walkthrough. So 5 part 2. All right. Oh my god. Wait. It's not the right one. Space Attorney 1. Adventures? But... Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So... Is that right? We locked it. Okay, I found a one with like pictures and stuff. By pressing the 4 statements, you learned to win the bank. Oh, okay, wait. So, okay. Present the, okay. Press statement 2, pay attention, pursue Gregson, then present the crime scene photograph at statement 3. We already know that it was Mr. Windibank's own revolver that was used to kill him. Gina was found holding it. The brothers will dramatically reenact the crime. Their interpretation has a problem. If it was true, then Mr. Windibank would have been facing Gina. Present the... But... If it was true, then Mr. Windibank would have been facing Gina and he would have been shot in the chest. Not the case. Present the autopsy report or the crime scene photograph when prompted. But we haven't been prompted. Like, we're supposed to get prompted to present more evidence, but like, I haven't. So this isn't, I'm not taking the L for this. So that's why I didn't, this other walkthrough didn't have like a place to present this, but like. So, okay. I don't understand. Here. So we're gonna try again. Thing of the night in question, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he gets nervous. You've got the picture. Yeah, because they're saying he got shot in the front. Not in possession. You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence? I would love to. I'd love to do that. Defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Am I presenting, like, the wrong thing? Oh, it's the crime scene photograph. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm just being stupid. Oh. Okay, I'm being a dum-dum. Okay. Alright. Now, you understand where I went wrong here. Because that worked, kind of. However, what it wants me... So, it's like present the crime scene photograph. But what that means is this crime scene photograph and not photograph of Gina. Alright.
Objection!
Alright, here we go. Sorry, everybody. So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture? Oh, wait, we're going to make him Mario and Luigi for Cozy. Oh, that's all right. No, Luigi's like, that's right, Gov. You've got the picture.
has, Nash, he has, no question. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not holding a firearm of any description. Shaky, hello, without the objection. How are you? Eh? You what? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court, that Mr. Windibank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hands. They're little... Yeah, that Multula used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun! Bam! Hurt? Gone to thing.
Hold it!
Stay exactly where you are, right there. Eh? If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to the undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
Goodness, are you sure, counsel?
You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim. Yeah, I mean, now we can present this stupid, okay. It was in the back. He got shot in the back! Wonder if they're blushing because it's warm in the courtroom. They're just blushing because they have a crush on every boy. Bad Stan! I love him. I love him. According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe.
Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of the death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. They do be sweating a lot because they're guilty boys. Guilty of having a big old crush on every boy. So as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Yeah, but it's the God's honest truth. It is, Nash, it is. He was shot that night. The shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. And we saw it with our own bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun? Someone like that must have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question, they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Nash, bonk.
Order, order, order! Witnesses, explain yourself at once.
Well, the thing is, we weren't supposed to, Oh, he kept him quiet. It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you.
I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies?
Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we, Cut it out, Nash, cut it out! If we blab now, you know what it'll do to us. He? Who are they talking about?
Let me make your position here perfectly clear. We'll talk. There is no other option available to you.
Bruv, come on, the game's up. But we have our guts, we'll have our guts regardless. In case it hasn't sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place.
Well, do we have to?
On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell us the truth.
Remember that I have a hand moisture pack thingy? I don't know if it lets me type it. I'll be vibing here. Hell yeah, that's fine. Star Moon, hello. I'm doing great. We've got over our little hurdle that we had a moment ago, and we are trucking through, baby. How are you? All right, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when this geezer shouted his mug.
Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
I pulled my gun on him, and then I legged it through the door in the back room.
He never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all that happened, I swear.
So you are now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Well, if we find ourselves at an interesting juncture, this changes matters considerably.
Good, thanks for asking. Hell yeah. But honest, Governor, this time, Nash, we ain't got nothing more to hide.
Very well. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and aimed a sigh of relief when this geezer shouted his mug.
Hold it!
When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank? Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right.
We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. But we never thought no one was going to come out of the back room like that.
The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom. Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place it could have been.
So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises.
Which means Jetty must have been in there at that point as well. Let me type it poorly. Hell yeah. That doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused at that time? What? The Moltula? Couldn't tell ya.
No way, Cobber. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
You mentioned that Mr. Windibank shouted those words in your previous testimony, too. However, you claimed that you had heard them yelling at the other side of the storeroom door.
Oh, did we?
But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he?
Well, yeah.
Was the victim Mr. Windibank wielding a gun at the time?
Was he ever? Blimey lummy, a great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at me front to space. So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at that time, is that correct? It is, Gov, it is. Spot on.
Then all of a sudden, he came at us, he did.
It was bedlam. I didn't know who was going for who. You were clearly all going for each other. Like Nash said, we thought we'd had it. I mean... For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
Hold it!
Yes, I noticed that you mentioned in the counter... I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony, too.
The localization team must have fun. They have a lot of fun in all these. It's wild how very well written. Even the very first game was.
Yeah, well, of course he did.
This one especially.
He knocked over loads of books, candlesticks, and some skull whatnot.
That got tangled in some marionette what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor. So, in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter?
Well, Big Bruv here went flying over the counter like a gunshot, I can tell you. Then the old geezer pinned him.
He did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds.
At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There is a button under the counter that is used to activate it, which is presumably pressed by the victim.
That's right, when the brothers fled the scene, back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Winterbank, he did everything he could to protect his shop. Something doesn't still feel right. There's gonna be a contradiction somewhere. I pulled my gun on him, and he legged it through that door in the back room.
Hold it!
Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbank?
No, never. I was just, you know.
Looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him, is that it? Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, then ran through that door and shut himself in. Something about that last remark doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Winterbank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Winterbank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. Yeah, exactly. He's just like, ah! In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Winterbank's hands again? I have no idea, but that is strange, doesn't it? This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and me bruv here. That's right, Nash, that's right, me and me bruv here. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. So... yeah, why would he go back? I guess I'll keep pressing.
Hold it!
Oh, that! You say you had nothing to do with it? Nothing at all! Nothing, Gov, nothing! The old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was from the inside. We know it was because we tried to open it. But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong. Wouldn't budge an inch. So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. Ah!
It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, Counsel?
I don't know. Is there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Winterbank? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Maybe. There could have been. There had to have been. Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin. I always say Mr. and Mrs. It's Mr. and Mr. Nobody says that. Nobody says, like... Eh, what? Starting to believe it was Ginny. You gotta believe in your client. What's that look for? From the moment you admitted that you encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. It did! What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Winterbank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. What do you mean? What are you even saying? What are you even trying to say? You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. Mr. Skulking and Skulking. Mr. Skulkings. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be?
Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect of two conundrums.
Two, my lord. Twice as many chances to be right, maybe. Objection! Aaron the god, hello. What? I see Saul, what are you saying?
Indeed, namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Your month is so full. Okay. I was like, what do you mean? What are you saying? I'm like, buckaroo. That's pretty funny. Come on. Understood, my lord. I thought you were having a good time. A year and 7 months, oh my goodness. Are you alright, Redo? Not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. I can provide that there's a credible new alternative to what happened. It would change Gina's prospects hugely, bigly. So now, time for some clarity. A year and 10.5 months, oh my gosh. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. You believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. I mean, like... It's... I mean, like, there's a little window, right? Like, right here?
Take that!
Little man. The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question... Assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at that time? I mean, like here.
Take that!
Go dig my own grave. No, no! The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Continue. Mr. Windibank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired?
So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom?
Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, they're making it sound like it's a great mystery. I pulled my gun on him and I liked it through the door up into the back room. If Mr. Windibank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time.
Ah!
It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
Poor man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Ah, of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it still would have entered his body on an upward trajectory. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windibank.
Objection!
Ooh!
I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room? Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock?
Ah, but, what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there was someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. It's Gina.
Is that so? Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shut and locked the door?
Oh my god, it was Gina.
Take that!
Here lives Icy Soul, who mistyped and embarrassed themselves. No! Why is it so interesting? It's handcrafted to be so engaging. Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel?
Because she didn't want to also get shot, like... yes, that's a tricky one then, isn't it?
Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
But of course Jenny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? It does? Well, if I was Jenny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in a direction, hadn't they? Oh, yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. I love Ace Attorney so much. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv!
If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Bang! Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? I see where you go with this! Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't, Gov, we ain't. You gotta believe us. I mean, come on, we never shoot no one.
Objection!
It's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. No.
Where does this leave us?
Mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket who shot after all?
Sure doubt it was those three brothers.
The three brothers! That's amazing, Runo! All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. I know, first time ever. And probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll give a verdict of not. Oh, he laughing.
An admirable effort, my learned friend.
What's this now? He's laughing?
You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zeeks. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive. I dare say, such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. I'm very racist, you see. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable
pedophagy here. What? What is that word?
The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw.
A fatal flaw?
Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing?
I say, Lord Van Zeeks, might be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick, or whatever it is, to the troops on the ground, hmm?
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand.
Don't throw it! No! You're so wasteful!
Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets.
By George, count bullets!
Oh, yeah, they only shot one bullet. How dare. He noticed that. Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Counsel.
Yes, sir! He does that. He just has a Costco size, like a 12-pack of wine glasses. Wine tumblers or whatever.
Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
Two bullets.
Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, in quotes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know that there are two
Is that correct? Is that what we have? We don't know that this is... Well, hold on. I thought they had to get the bullet out of him. Is that not what they had to do? Oh, I thought there was a bullet in him. It's funny because I'm hypothesizing that Sholmes's initial dig under the thing to get the money in the bank is like actually just correct this time around, and we're all gonna get red herring. That's my assessment. That's my game theory about it. Furthermore, we know that there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank. Of course, you put yourself. I didn't put you in that grave, Icy Salt. You let yourself out whenever you're ready. And the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court not only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot the Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness! I think you'll find
that if it...
Wait, what was his voice? That if a single bullet was fired from the brother's gun that hit Sholmes, it means... Windibank, not shot by same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop. Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Ah. Wah. Order, order, order! No, you're so wasteful. So wasteful. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hollowed nectar into the public gallery.
Lord Van Zeeks!
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print which depicts her threatening the victim with a murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. Oh, there's blood on it. We can identify that.
I'll be taking that whatever it is in McGilded's down to the yard. Thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. That's mine. That is mine.
I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken into evidence now.
The rest of them throwing wine and glass into public. But he's a vampire. They can't arrest him. Yes, that music box disc. Mr. McGilded's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windibank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Gracious!
As Van Zeeks. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. Maybe people will know not to sit behind him. It's like the splash zone at SeaWorld or whatever. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed. No crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril. Uh-oh.
I see. I would think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel. It's a grim test.
Oh. Lord Van Zeeks, Inspector Gregson, what? Yes, Inspector. We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed to that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence. Why? What's all this about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? It's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all. I am unaware of any such meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case.
Your warning is noted. Thank you. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. Yeah, the dude with the mouse is crazy.
Indeed, bailiff.
The music box disc has been entered to the court record. Can I actually look at it now? The prosecution has examined the accused's motives, opportunity, and baseness of character. Hold on. I don't know if I'll be allowed to check the blood on this or not. Oh, wrote out luck. This is blood. Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before. Aha! Well, it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. All right, hold still with that disc, Renault. Hell yeah. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? In a flash. All right, whose blood is it? Tell me whose blood it is. It's green blood. Oh, a lovely bright shade I got. Wait, that color. What is it? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Yeah, we don't know whose blood that is. It's the same as on the... Oh, yeah. Can I look at this? Does that say anything? For McGilda. That's the man you defended in court a couple months ago, isn't it, Ronald? Yes, or rather mistakenly defended. I wonder what his name is doing on the back of this desk. That's a question I'd love to know the answer myself. All right. So now, everybody, we have, so this is the green blood. We don't know specifically who it belongs to. And that matches the blood on this, which I think belonged to the Dapper Dan man. This guy, whose name is definitely not Egbert Benedict. I don't know who he is. We don't know anything about him. Prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. He lied. That can't be his name. There is nothing more to add. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. Uh-oh. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once, and now for all of 5 minutes. Oh, how dare! I wasn't even for 5 minutes right now. My lord,
I wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman.
been stumbling about in a bit for a fog up until now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden, the answer's bally obvious is me to my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Funk.
Very well, the court will hear from the jury.
That name is so ridiculous. It's quite something. I think he made it up. I don't think that's real.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Pork sheesh!
Guilty.
Thank you for the follow.
Guilty.
Welcome to the Mew crew.
Guilty.
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 Bonk. Uh-oh. No.
We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. That's my line. I wrote that for Harley. Why is there magical flying fire gauntlets? Because it's an Ace Attorney game. Hello, How dare he is it against us? Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. She didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We'll proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready?
Garradam Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir!
Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Giga Mason and I are having fun. Don't get general. Oh, spooky season. I love spooky season. Alright, so here's the deal. Since I have this walkthrough open, I can see that we are only halfway through the second part of the trial. And I don't have another hour in me just on time-based or because my voice is feeling it doing all these crazy voices. So we're going to save the game right here, and then when we pick up next Wednesday, we'll hear everything they have to say, and we'll get recapped on all of it.
So let me just save right now, baby. Save right now. Ooh. And then we're gonna find somebody to raid. Oh my goodness, babies. I'll make it this splotatay. Spotatay love. Alright. Alright, and then we put this back on. Thank you all so much for hanging out today, and thank you for all there was several technical issues that happened today. We're gonna find somebody to raid, but in the meantime, I have a few links I would like to share with you. We have, of course, my card. That is a one-stop shop to all things Comfy Catboy. If you want to find me on Twitter, Instagram, or any of the other socials, maybe Threads soon, I don't know, then that link is the perfect place for that. We also have the link to the Discord. It's a beautiful place full of lovely people, and I would love to see you there. And then last but not least, we have the link to all of my YouTube channels. I have 5 different YouTube channels, and I'd love to see you there. There's probably something you'll like. Leave a comment, do a subscribe, do a little subscribble. You know how I do. You know how we do, baby. This is an ad we're hearing. Probably, yeah, we're gonna raid Reishi, I think. Looks like they are playing Portal 2, co-op Portal 2. That's cool. I like that. Reishi was also the one who set up the charity, the St. Jude's charity that I did a month or two ago, whenever that was. Reishi put it together and did so much work to get that all done. And then I just streamed once. I just did it the one time. But she and a bunch of others went for a whole month. Reishi's real cool. And yeah, and then if you are a subscriber, you can copy and paste what I did. If you're not a subscriber, you can copy and paste what Shark did. I love you all to pieces. I'm not streaming this weekend again, because we're going to Santa Cruz on Saturday, and then on Sunday I just don't stream typically. So, but I am still working on trying to do some kind of a regular like video editing help stream set up on YouTube. So when I have that like fully fleshed out, I will definitely let you all know. And then maybe some streams will be on here and some streams will be over there. Mia, you came at the very end. I'm sorry. I love you all to pieces. We're going to be real cool to Reishi. I love you all. I will see you next week. And I hope you have a lovely weekend and everything up until then. I love you. I love you. Boop, 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 boop. You've been lurking. Hell yeah. I'm glad. Goodbye. Bye, 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 bye.